What's up, college football fans and Mean Green fans and Southern Miss fans? Sonoy Valente here once again with the Mean Green Show, and today I'm joined by Sippi, who heads up the Sippi Sports Show. And guys, before we get into all things North Texas and Southern Miss related, you already know the drill. If you're a fan of college football recruiting, the G5 football world transfer portal, coaching carousel, conference realignment, any or all of the above, consider hitting that like and subscribe button because that is truly all that we talk about. Sippi, really quick, where can the people find it is that you do for Southern Miss?
Definitely over on the Sippi Sports Show on YouTube. That's where you can find almost everything that I've done. But you can follow all my updates, everything I got going on Twitter, and that's at Sippi Show.
Awesome, awesome. All right, man. Well, we got a big one. College game day is coming down.
Watch
Uh,
out now, coming down to Hattiesburg.
that's right. That's right. The Eagles. It's gonna be a fight in the air for who's gonna get to 3 wins or two wins. It's
There,
it's a big one.
it's definitely the battle for six in the West there. So we're fighting for sixth place.
That's right. That's right. Oh man, good Lord, how football has betrayed us.
Gee.
Uh, but all right, man. So let me ask you guys before we get into Sun Belt and Will Hall and all that. What? How many quarterback? What quarterback are we on right now for Southern Miss?
Oh man, I knew that was coming. We're right now on quarterback number 5. We started the season with Trey Lowe, then we had Ty Keys. Then according to the depth chart, was supposed to be T Webb as number 3, and then Jack Walker number 4. We all know Trey Lowe got hurt, Ty Keys got hurt, Jack Walker got hurt in practice. T Webb got demoted along the way, to 4th string, then 5th string, and then a walk on that's been on the team since last year. Jake Lang, Big Wing Lang, brother. He came in and he kind of took it. The first time he came in, he kind of took over and he did pretty well. I know we lost, but he looked good out there, and we kind of was like, man, this guy's technically a 5th string quarterback, and he's a walk on, and he's been sitting on the bench just really getting his education, and now he's out there and he's looking good. So he got the Big Wang Lang treatment, and I'm telling you, after that, they had to go out and get some guy. He was a student coach, but he's hanging around the student union, and Coach Hall goes out there and ask old Jake Smithhart if he'd play some football, and so we got a walk on that's came in off the bench, and a student coach now that is also that got in the game last Saturday.
That's crazy. And you mentioned it earlier, but who's the starting quarterback for North Texas?
Uh, for North Texas.
No. Well, for Southern Miss against North Texas.
Oh, Jake Lang. Yes,
Jake
sir.
Lang. Okay, Big Wayne Lang. That's
Big
right. That's
Wang
right.
Lang. That's right.
Well, all righty, man. So obviously, okay, so neither one of our teams are world beaters to say the least. But I mean, for the first time, North Texas is favored by 5 points against an FBS school. So I mean, we're riding really high. But I mean, what does North Texas have to do to come in and secure a win in Hattiesburg?
Show up. Get off the bus. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. So right now, Southern Miss is not in a good spot at all. We had the first half of the season to where we were able to. We thought we were going to come in off the hype of the Will Hall train. If it was word for word, if you didn't hop on now, you were going to be left, and you'd be looking crazy. So we hopped on, and we thought we was going to. I'm gonna be honest. You asked me preseason. We all got on here. I was telling you 8-4. I was telling you 7-5. I said at least 6-6. Man,
I said 6-6.
right now, we might not win another doggone ball game the rest of the year. All right. The only game we've won was a FCS opponent, Grambling State. Okay, and we was lucky to win that one. Okay. But nevertheless, to beat Southern Miss at this point in the season, like I said, the first half we came in, we were actually trying to win ball games, and we thought we were better than what we were. This kind of after the bye week, we've shifted, and now you see Will Hall coming out in interviews, and he's telling everybody that he's going to give some freshmen some playing time. He's going to see what we got. He's already mentioned that he's going to put some guys in the transfer portal, whether they like it or not. He's going to help them find other schools and all that. But nevertheless, to beat Southern Miss right now, with what we got going on, total rebuilding year as we prepare for the Sun Belt. Uh, it's really get off the bus, man. Our offensive line is not good. Everybody we've played has blown over us. Our tackles are bad. I believe y'all's defensive line is going to eat us alive. And you people look at our records and they're like, nah, no way. But I'm telling you right now, when we line up against an FBS team, and this is a Southern Miss fan talking, it's just being honest. When we line up against an FBS team, it seems like we're just outmatched.
Oh, well,
It's tough, man.
unfortunately, I know the feeling about everything you're just saying. So it's not like, yeah. So, man, do we have a lot in common. But yeah, so, well, we'll see how the game goes. Obviously, I mean, I do think North Texas, one of their strong suits is their D line, and hopefully we go in there healthy as we can be, and do something from a North Texas perspective. But kind of shifting gears over to Will Hall before we talk a little conference realignment. I feel like he's a great salesman, and not a shady salesman, but he's a good old boy. He's Southern Miss, or he's a Mississippi boy, and he seems to wear that with pride, and really just embraces everything about Mississippi. And I feel like he's a great fit for Southern Miss from the outside looking in. And I think he's a good offensive mind, and it just, again, you guys are on your fifth quarterback. I mean, what can really be expected, when you're on your fifth quarterback? But what's the feel towards Will Hall amongst the Southern Miss faithful? Is it split? Are you guys all in, all out? What's the thought there?
Definitely. When it comes to Will Hall right now, obviously we're still on board with him. I believe, and we all believe, whenever he took over this team, he looked at the talent that we had, and in his eyes, he really believed, and we all believed that we had the talent on the field that could come in and be coached and fit his scheme, and that was the big word, the scheme. The things that he wants to do, the play style, doesn't necessarily fit what he's got. And he's like getting rid of some folks so he can get some more scholarships to get the guys that he wants in. But going into the year, Will Hall really misjudged the talent that he had, and it was just a fluke, man. I mean, it's not like he came in here wanting to lie to us. I really believe when he got the job, he thought that when he looked at the talent, I believe he thought he could do something with it. And he got over here, and it just didn't work out with the kind of plays he was wanting to do. So we're still on board with Will Hall because he's not giving up. He hadn't given up at all. He's still telling us he's got a plan. He's gonna, and he does. He's got a really nice recruiting class coming in. And Ty Key's coming back next year. You got Trey Lowe possibly coming back as well. Frank Gore Jr. still. So you're going to have a lot of the same guys, but it's like we say on my show the other day. The big question that I have right now, and maybe you feel a little bit of it too. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm going to be a season ticket holder regardless of what happens. I don't care. But me going 2 hours down the road, I'm in Louisiana. Me going 2 hours 6 times, a year to go watch the Golden Eagles, man, that might have to come to an end. I might have to start going to 3. I'm still going to be a season ticket holder, support my team, watch them on TV, but just going and seeing them getting beat down, seeing a bad product on the field, my goodness. I mean, it's hard to do, And but Will Hall, like I said, going forward, that's where I'm at right now. But going forward, uh, my goodness, he's got too much already with the recruiting class he was able to make on spot when he came in. And then the recruits he's got coming in, we've been begging for a big back, and he's got a big guy coming in that's
The
about
JUCO
6.
guy, right?
Yes, sir. I've been yelling from the mountains, man, that I wanted a big running back. So we're finally getting some guys. We got a guy from JUCO coming in, from Jones. We got a guy and Pearl River, and we got a guy from high school coming in that's a pretty big guy too. So that's pretty exciting. And then what else was it? He said the rest of the guys that he wants to recruit here on out is obviously offensive linemen because that is our weakest link. It's bad, man. I mean, if you've
Mhm.
seen the Golden Eagles play, man, our offensive line, we're rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick before we talk about conference realignment, uh, Frank Gore, is there any concern that he may, look to, other venue, like as far as transferring, or do you think he's locked in with Southern Miss?
This question definitely came up. I want to say about a week ago. There was like the rumor mill started, and people, when we were. I mean, as I was about to say when we were doing bad, but obviously that continued. Uh, but anyways, so that kind of kicked up some heat, and then obviously he goes out on Twitter and puts out. He says, "Man, y'all be quiet. I'm not going nowhere. I'm bought in." He makes a statement.
Hmm.
But personally, man, I believe him and Will Hall's got something, and I do think that his dad's the kind of dad that's like, "Nah, son, you're here, you chose here, that's where I really
Hmm.
believe Frank Gore Senior's that kind of uh, just that kind of guy,
Yeah.
and I think that Frank Gore Jr.'s definitely bought into Coach Hall, and
Yeah.
even it's like even if it don't work out today or while Frank Gore Jr.'s here, it's the start of it, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at, and I still have that hope, that not next year, not this year, but in 3-4 years, man, hopefully the Golden Eagles are ready to go because we'll be in the doggone Sun Belt playing Coastal, man, and we can't afford to be where we're at right now.
Yeah, which leads us into our next topic again, conference realignment. I know whenever the first wave happened and North Texas as well as others jumped to the American, you're beating your chest about Sun Belt, and they must have heard you because they came and got you guys. But man, how what's the feeling amongst the Southern Miss fan base of you guys going to the Sun Belt?
Finally, finally out of Crap Prince USA, brother. We have waited. Southern Miss was one of the founding members of Conference USA, and we have seen it from the beginning. We've seen it rise. We've seen it be one of the best. If Power Five was the thing back then, it was the best. When we had Cincinnati, Houston, all these other teams. Even Tulane, when we had the Tulane rivalry with Southern Miss, which I'll always consider a rivalry. Screw Tulane.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'm sorry. Going to the Sun Belt, man, it's huge because just it was almost, man, we was ready to go independent. We couldn't afford it. We would fail. We would flatten out. But we were ready to get out of any way possible. And the Sun. What was crazy about the whole deal is the Sun Belt pursued us. And it's so. I mean, you wouldn't think that, but uh, on every time I read anything that was coming out, like you said, I was beating my chest early about it because I mean, we were seeing smoke and seeing stuff all over the place that kind of was pointing to it. We saw some stuff on James Madison boards. We saw some stuff even before that, man. We were seeing stuff on the Tulane boards, and it all just came out finally, and my God, it's kind of, how'd you feel getting out of Conference USA, man?
Oh
Please tell
God,
me. It's
dude.
relieving. It was a weight off my shoulder as a fan, and it's hope. It gave me hope.
Hope is alive. Well, I'm gonna miss our back and forths. That we won't play
Yeah,
each other in the years to come, but we'll still find time to link up, I'm sure. Um, but yes, man, especially on a down year for UNT, and we're so concerned that we just blew away all any chance of getting an upgrade. But yeah, the American came and rescued us, and so it was exciting and everything. It's kind of the word on the street is that Mountain West was our first choice if we were to choose, but we're not gonna argue about going to the American any day, especially out of Conference USA. But good God, how bad do you feel for the? I mean, I think they just added some in the last couple of hours or so. But I mean, Louisiana Tech, FIU, and UTEP were the three ones
Ah,
up. Could you imagine hypothetically if put either one of our schools in the shoes with those three? And I feel for them. I really do, especially La Tech. I talked with a lot
me
of La
too.
Tech guys. And I really do feel for them. Um, but could you imagine if it was Southern Miss and those other three, how horrible you would feel? Or if it was North Texas and the other three, how horrible we would feel. Thank God above that we're,
Yes.
that we were
When
to greener
when
pastures.
Yeah, when it came out, man, I'm telling you, when I saw that y'all made y'all's move, and it was like what six schools went
Yeah.
or something like that, and then what a week later or so, we finally made a decision. Marshall followed, but I'm telling you right now, it shocked me that Marshall didn't go to the American. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
thought UTSA or some other school might have went to the Sun Belt kind of in exchange, and Marshall would have went to the American. It just really shocked me that Marshall didn't get to go. I expected UAB for sure. I've been saying that for a while that UAB, deserves to get out of the conference and go somewhere, and definitely not the Sun Belt. But well then, sorry about that. But he wants to get out too. Apparently,
Yeah, he does.
he's tired of the Conference USA. So, but no, man, it's hard saying all this because I'm a firm believer, and you got to win where you're at. Regardless, you could be in the worst conference, you could be in the SEC. You got to win, right? And you want to win. You got to beat the games that are on your schedule. It's like people say all the time. If a group of five team goes undefeated, that's not enough because the strength of schedule. Well, let me tell you something. That was their schedule and they went undefeated. I mean, I'm sorry. I get the strength of schedule. I'm not dumb to it. But at the same time, that was their schedule that they were given and they went undefeated with it. So my goodness, let them in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if their ranking is lines up and everything, uh, yeah, I'm shouting out Cincinnati, but I mean them guys doing work, man.
They are.
But
Uh,
no, like I said, I just couldn't believe Marshall was left out of the American. But other than that, yeah, man, I'm happy to get out of the conference, man. Battle of the Six, man. Saturday, I'm ready. I'm ready. Southern Miss versus North Texas. Battle for six.
yeah. Running through the six.
There
But
you go.
yeah, man, it'll be exciting, I guess. Is it your guys' homecoming? Is
No, no, we
okay,
had
okay.
homecoming and we lost that. So
Okay, okay. Well then, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But well, alrighty, Sippy. Thank you so much for coming on. Anything else we need to touch on before we hop off here?
no, man, y'all be sure to go subscribe to the Mean Green Show, brother.
Oh yeah, thank you. Absolutely. And the Sippy show as well. But all right, Sippy, well, we'll talk soon and battle for six this Saturday, like you said.
There we go. The battle for six in the West.
All
Hey,
right, man. Take care.
to the top.